Welcome to Module 5.4, US and metric equivalent. So basically this lecture video is going to be about the conversion between the two different systems, okay? So I'm going to start you off with temperature. So the US, in the United States, we use Fahrenheit. Majority of the world use Celsius. So if you actually watch the BBC channel, when they talk about weather, they're always referring to Celsius, okay? So let's convert, here are the two formulas. 10 degrees Celsius need to be converted to so many degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna run our answer to the nearest thousand. So the trick is make sure you know what unit you are starting and where you going. What that means is Celsius, okay, is actually metric, and I'm trying to convert to US. All right. So when I need to convert to US, I need to choose the one that says F equal, Fahrenheit equal. That's the one I need to choose, because what I need to do is substitute my 10 where the C is. So that will be 9/5 times 10 degrees Celsius, then plus 32. All right. So here, when we talk about order operation before, and I use the word terms, so this addition sign is going to be outside the parenthesis, because right now I have two terms on the right hand side. So when I enter in the calculator, I got to make sure this plus sign is going to be on the outside the parenthesis. So 9/5, okay, fraction, we put it in the calculator, close the parenthesis, then we can say times 10, then plus. So this plus sign right now is outside the parenthesis, plus 32, and that will be correct. Okay, so my answer, Fahrenheit equal to 50. So that's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so that is US and metric equivalent for temperature. Let's take a look at another objective about length. So here is a little bit strange, okay? On one side, on the left, I have US measurement convert to metric. On the right-hand side, we got metric convert to US. So do I use the one on the left or do I use the one on the right? So whenever we are looking at two sides, okay, like this, once you are choosing the correct side, all you have to do is multiply, okay? So which side do you use depends on where you're starting. So for example, this 500 feet is US, need to convert to meters, which is metric. So I'm converting from US to metric, which will be using the left side, US to metric. And then all I'm going to do is look up for anything that's involving with feet and meter. 1 feet is 0.305 meter. So all we have to do is multiply. Once I'm choosing the correct side of number to use, all I'm going to do is multiply. So I take my 500 times by 0.305. And that will get run to the nearest thousandth. That will be 152.5. All right. It says if necessary. So since it's not necessary, I can stop at 5. All right. So that'll be 152.5 meter. Now be very careful. Now, if you are thinking about, okay, who is a bigger unit between feet and meter? 1 feet is 0.305 meters, so that make meter bigger units, because you give me one of your feet and then I only give you back 0.3 of my meter. So so that means even though my number is less, because my unit is bigger, so I give you back less. So you give me more of yours in exchange for less. So that means the meter is a bigger unit. So you got to be very careful thinking about that, because since we are given two sides worth of numbers, as long as we pick in the correct side, we will multiply. Okay, in the multiplication, it has why we always multiply. It got a lot to do with the unit fractions because if I had started with feet and I will put feet in the bottom, so that means meter goes on top. So this side of number, the correct side of the number will always have a 1 in the bottom. Other number goes on top. All right, so the feet and feet cancels out. So that's why I end up multiplying. So, because normally when we convert from a small unit to a large unit, we got to divide. Okay, so if I would have take the 500 and divided by 0.305, okay, my answer will come out way different than just simply multiplying. So be very careful. Okay, so all I need to do is just know where you begin and choose the correct side. So like this one, what number of yards is equivalent to 500 kilometer? So kilometer is metric. I need to convert to yard, which is US. So let's look for kilometer to yard real quick. Metric to US, right hand side. Kilometer can only take me to miles. Okay. But I know I need to end up in yard. Kilometer take me to mile, which I can still take mile, convert to yard as well. Because on the formula sheet, and let me drag my formula sheet over real quick. On the formula sheet, if you go back to US measurement between lengths, 1 mile is 1760 yards. Okay. So once, right here, sorry. So once I'm at miles, then all I got to do is convert from mile to yard, which is a larger unit convert to a small unit, then we will multiply. Okay. So if you don't want to think about all those crazy things, we can always set it up as unit fractions if you want to. Okay. But since I already told you, as long as we pick in the correct side of number, kilometer to mile, we will multiply. And go from large to small, we will multiply again. Okay. And once I'm at miles, I will need to multiply by 1760 to get to yard. All right. So let's start off with 500 kilometer and times. Take me to mile times by 0.62. So once I times by 0.62, I'm actually at mile. Once to go from mile to yard, I times another 1760. So if I will write out the unit fraction, it will look something like this. Kilometer on top, put kilometer down here. Kilometer take me to mile. And multiply another fraction. This time put mile down here so the 2 mile can cancel out. Mile convert to yard. So 1 mile, 1760 yard. The right hand side here says 1 kilometer is 0.62 miles. 1 kilometer for 0.62. So what happens? All I'm doing is taking 500 times 0.62 times 1760, which is exactly what we say is going to be up here. All right, let's multiply. 500 times 0.62 times 1760. Voila. 545, 600. Okay, 545,600 yard. Okay. All right, let's take a look. So here I have areas. I actually wrote out the U.S. Units of areas up here. Down below it, I have U.S. area convert to metro areas, and I have metro area convert to U.S. area. So just be careful what you're trying to convert. So what number of square feet? So square means area. Feet is U.S. is equivalent to 1,000 square kilometer. So this is 1,000 square kilometer, and this is area for metric. is equal to so many number of square feet. So this square feet is also area, but for US. Okay, so area of metric to US area, so that will be right hand side. Kilometer, hold on a minute now. Wait. I have square kilometer, but I don't see any square kilometer here. And so how is that going to take me to yards? Okay, and this is where it's strange. So none of my conversion is actually in this little table on the formula sheet. So what do I do? What do I do here? So let's think about this. Square feet, okay? The unit that is bigger and smaller than square feet for US. I have square yard and square inch, okay? So what will happen if you think about it though? I need to end up in square feet. What happen if I somehow can take me to, somehow these many kilometers can take me to square yard, right? And go from square yard, then take me to square feet. So I'm kind of mapping it out what I'm, where I need to, mapping out my path. I need to end up in square feet. So I have square feet to square inch or square yard, or square feet to square yard. Okay, I can go either way, but I'm not choosing to go to square inch, okay? Because I need to end up in square feet. So I think it's easier if I can come from square yard to square feet. Okay, now the question is, okay, I know I'm starting at square kilometer, and what I got here is square yard to square meter. So somehow, if I can go from square kilometer to square meter, then I can go to square yard, which then I can go to square feet. Okay, so that's the thing. That's the thing we have to think about when we go from where we starting to where we end. Do I need to go through somebody else? All right. So now the question is, how do I convert from square meter to square kilometer to square meter? Well, this is area for metric. Square meter is also area for metric. So if you look on the formula sheet, in previous module, we did convert metric measurement of area. So that will be right here. Square kilometer is going to take me to, let's go back. Square kilometer need to take me to square meter. Square kilometer need to take me to square meter right here, which is 1 to 1,000 ratio. So I have 1,000 square kilometer over 1 times another square kilometer down here. I need to go to square meter next, and it's 1 square meter for, did I say 1,000? I meant to say 1,000,000. That's 1,000,000 square meter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's keep going. Now I'm at square meter, so I don't want square meter. I need to take my square meter to square yard. And my conversion on the right-hand side says 1 square meter is for 1.196 square yard. Okay, so now I'm at square yard. So to go from square yard to square feet, put my square yard down here, put my square feet up here. That's why I put this up here. 1 square yard is for 9 square feet. So Kilometer square cancels out, square meter cancels out, square yard cancels out. So this problem is simply 1,000 times a million times 1.196 times 9. Okay, this is going to be a very big number on the calculator. 1,000 times 1 with 6 other zeros times 1.196 times 9. It looks something like this. And you might ask, well, what in the world is this saying? This is called the scientific notation, which we will introduce in module in Math 108. So rather than look at this, the easiest way to do this problem is take the 1.196 times the 9 first. And that's 10.764. So this problem just multiply all the way across. Now, I need to multiply 1,000. And then I need to multiply 1,000,000. So by the power of 10, multiply 1,000 means move to the right. I'll put it right up here. Right 3. Multiply 1,000,000 is moving the decimal again to 6 places. So let's move them. Move to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. And then move again 6 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the decimal is here now. So here I got 6 empty slots I can put my zeros in. So my answer is 10764 with 60 behind it. And that's my answer. That will be that many square feet. Okay? All right. So using the power of 10, but I will introduce scientific notation in Math 108. Okay. For right now, we can use the idea of a power of 10 to help us. Alrighty, let's look at a few examples regarding to capacity equivalent. Okay. All right, so again, US to metric, right side is metric to US. So what number of millimeter is equivalent 9? Ooh, hold up now. Okay, wait. 900 cubic feet is equal to so many millimeter. Okay, so let's look. Cubic feet is US. This is metric. So US to metric. This is weird. This cubic feet will take me to cubic meter. So how do I go from cubic meter to milliliter? Well, let's look on our formula sheet, because if you look at cubic meter, when you say the word cube, that's volume. When you say milliliter, that's capacity. So both of these are metric volume and metric capacity. So metric volume and metric capacity, metric volume to metric capacity, that will be right here. This is capacity for matrix convert to volume of matrix. So I need to, once I'm at cubic meter, I need to convert to, let me put it right here. Once I'm at cubic meter, I need to convert to milliliter. Well, milliliter is actually a 1-to-1 ratio with cubic centimeter. So that means, well, one cubic meter is actually 1 kiloliter. So what happened if I will go to kiloliter and then go from kiloliter to milliliter? Because from kiloliter to milliliter, that's actually metric capacity converted to metric capacity. So that means I'll be using the chart up here. Kiloliter convert to milliliters. Okay. All right. Cubic meters and kiloliters are 1-to-1 ratio. So let's take a look. All right. First thing first, take me from 900 cubic feet. And I need to multiply, right? US to cubic meter. I need to multiply 0.028. So this answer is going to be cubic meters. Well, go from cubic meter to kiloliter on the formula sheet. Cubic meter to kiloliter is a 1-to-1 ratio. So that means at the same time, this answer, let me go see what that is real quick. 900 times 0.028, that's 25.2. That 25.2 means cubic meter, but at the same time, that also means kiloliter, isn't it? It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So now, my next step is convert my 25.2 kiloliter into milliliter. So metric convert to metric. I'll use my chart. Which kilo is all the way on the left, milli is all the way on the right. So that's moving my decimal 6 places to the right. So if I need to move my decimal to the right 6 places, okay, that will be 25.2, right 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means I got 5 empty slots I can put 0 in. So my final answer is 252 with 50 behind it. There you go. That will be that many milliliters. Okay. That was a tough one. Because I got to go through, I actually need to go through 2 other things before I can reach where I want to go. All right, let's try this one. Liters to gallon. 37 liter, which is metric, need to convert to so many gallon. All right, so this is metric capacity. And need to convert to US capacity. All right, let's see if we can piece this thing together, okay? All right, metric to US. Metric to US. I'm starting with liter. Liters can take me to, it can take me straight to gallon. Thank goodness, though. That's easy. So that would just simply multiply by 0.264. So when you don't see the direct conversion, okay, when you don't see the direct conversion, then you got to think about who do I need to go through before I can reach my destination. 0.264. All right, so that's 37 times 0.264. So that's about 9.768, run to near 1,000, so that will be 9.768. All right, gallon. Oh, by the way, 2-liter Coca-Cola, like I said before, 2-liter Coca-Cola is how many gallon? Times by 0.264. It's actually a little bit over half a gallon. Okay. All right, this time, this is an interesting one. Gallon convert to cubic decimeters. 54 gallon. That's US capacity. Need to convert to cubic decimeter. That's actually metric volume. So let's first see, do I have any direct conversion? US to metric up here. right, what's that say? Gallon to, oh man, gallon, gallon take me to liter. Gallon takes me to liter. All right. Interesting. How do I do this one? This is a quarter liter. This is cubic meter to feet. What can I do here? This is capacity from US. All right, which again take me to capacity for metric. But once I'm convert to metric, then I gotta figure out a way to get to the volume. So let's look on our formula sheet. This is metric capacity. Cubic decimeter is metric for volume. So that will be about right here, isn't it? Oh, that's a 1-to-1 ratio. Is that right? Liter to deci. Liter to deci. Oh, so that's a 1-to-1 ratio. So that makes a lot easier because I can go straight from liter to decis for 1-to-1 ratio. So that means when I take my 54 gallon and try to convert to liter, which the multiply by 3.785, 3.785 is 204.39 liter. Where at the same time, since 1 liter is 1 cubic decimeter, so that means this is also 204.39 cubic decimeter with the volume. There you go. So that's my answer right there. All right. So let's try this one. How many liters are equivalent to 13 cubic foot? So this is US for volume. Need to convert to capacity. Metric capacity. Let's see if I can directly convert. All right, US to liter. Oh, that'll be right here, isn't it? Cubic feet. Cubic feet can take me to cubic. Hold on a minute now. Let's look. Cubic feet to liter. Cubic feet does not go to liter. It actually take me to cubic meters. Take me to cubic meters. All right, cubic feet take me to cubic meter, which is volume to volume. So once I'm at metric volume, I will need to end up with metric capacity. So on the formula sheet, do I have anything between liter and cubic? Okay, and cubic meters. Liter and cubic. Oh, I got kiloliter to cubic meter. Okay, I got cubic. So that means my cubic meter need to go to kiloliter first, then I can convert to liter next. Okay, so it gets easier once you actually think about it. All right, so let me take us to cubic meter first, which is times by 0.028. All right, so let's see what that is. 13 times 0.028. Okay, so far I got 0.364 cubic meters. So on the formula sheet, cubic meter, the relationship between cubic meter and kiloliter is a 1-to-1 ratio. So that means if I have 0.364 cubic meter, I also have 0.364 kiloliter. So now I would just need to take my kiloliter, which is metric capacity, all right, and convert to so many liters. So I'm convert from metric to metric within the capacity. So all I got to do is move my decimal. Kilo to liter on the formula sheet, kilo to liter. Kilo to liter is 3 places to the right. So if I move my decimal 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, my answer, 364 liters. There you go. All right. All right, let's do one more type of problem. This is conversion between, it's conversion of weight equivalent. All right, so started with 71 grams. So when you hear the word grams, that's weight. Is convert 71 gram to ounces. All right, gram is metric for weight, convert to ounce, which is US for weight. So I'm starting with metric, which is right here. All right, 1 gram is 0.035. So once I choose the correct side, all I'm going to do is multiply. All right, 71 times 0.035. My answer, 2.485 ounce. All righty. Okay, so in this lecture video, we talk about how to convert between US and metric units. It just sometimes when we do conversion based on what we are given, sometimes if I don't have a direct conversion, I might have to go through, okay, other units before I can reach my desired unit I want it to be, okay? So a lot of times, some of these problems we do have to think about a little bit, okay, in order to convert. So this one right here that we spend a lot of time on is very much just like this one, okay, except this one go to liter, this first one go to milliliter. All right, that will conclude this lecture video on the US and metric equivalents. Thank you for watching.